guys, welcome back to Delco Beach Dreamers. I am pulling a solo today. Gary is out painting a house in North Cape May. We are obviously at the beach. I have 3 things that need to be shipped today. Come with me while I show you how I do just that. So the 3 items we have to ship today is this brass frame. I don't know if you can get a good close-up of that. It's beaded and has the little decor on each of the corners. This sold for $10 at best offer. I have several frames, so in order not to get them confused, as I put them in their box, I letter them, and then in the custom SKU, I put what letter that is, so I know exactly which one they purchased and which one to send. The next thing we have is a Lexus key fob. This sold for $11.69. And then the last thing I have is this beautiful brass chamber stick candle holder. This is from Scotland, I believe. And it sold for $29.99. And these are the things we're going to wrap today. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is to remove my item sticker. So the buyer doesn't need to know that. That's just for my inventory. So we're going to get rid of that. And as you say, I have some sticker residue. So I'm going to get some fingernail polish remover and remove that. Okay, so with the help of nail polish remover, some gauze, and my Scotty peeler, that residue will come off very nicely. This is just generic Walmart brand, nothing special. Get in there, soak that up, get all that sticky off. You can let it drench a little bit, and then I can remove the rest with my Scotty peeler. These are really nice when you have stickers, especially like those at Goodwill, and you can't get them off and your fingers are exhausted. You get these and it comes right off. And as you see, that got off the rest of the residue. Love these Scotty peelers. The next thing I have to do is wrap this in bubble wrap. So I already got the bubble wrap out. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand and record and try to ship, but I'm going to do my best for you. I think I need to go and invest in a tripod for a tablet so that I can pull this off. But here we go. So I'm going to wrap it up in bubble wrap. There we go. That's the end of that. And then I'm going to tape all the sides and put them in this box. This box, I actually got this from work. They were putting new phones in, and they removed the old phones and they just threw them into a big box, and there was a huge box of like about 10 of these. So I'm like, can I have them? They gave them to me. I brought them home, and now I've been using them to ship out my 8x10 frames. So I'm going to fill this up with newspaper, put the frame in after it's been taped, and then more newspaper, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I stuffed this with newspaper. Now, a lot of people will go out and buy that brown paper or the white paper, the packing material. I have a lot of newspapers in the area that don't get picked up or seen by the people. So whatever's left over, I will take home and use it. And I also get a lot of weekly newspapers myself. So as you saw, that fit in nice and snug. You want to make sure that when you ship that it gets put in there nice and snug. The closer you can get it, the tighter you can get it, then that means your product is going to arrive safely. You don't want anything to jiggle or rattle while you're shipping. This is really hard with one hand. All right, so I'm going to stuff that all in there, and I'm going to get this taped up. Okay, so I taped up the sides, and I'm going to finish by taping up these edges as well. And then that frame is going to be good to go. It's nice, solid, nothing rattles. As you do the shake test, you don't hear anything in there rattling. It is nice and tight. This eBay tape, as well as eBay supplies, you can see here is an eBay envelope. And we have some eBay boxes. This all comes because we have a store subscription, and every quarter eBay will send you a coupon towards shipping materials. Depending on the size of your store, depends on how much they give you a coupon for. We have the first size store, so we get $25 every 3 months. And as you see, we use it. We do end up paying a little bit more than what the price is for the cost of the shipping goods, but that's okay because you still get a great deal. So we might pay like $5, $6 more above what the actual coupon gives us. Okay, we'll get that one out. Okay, so this next thing we have to wrap is this antique brass candlestick. It's really beautiful. It's called a Scottish thistle design because it's supposed to look like thistle and flowers and really pretty. And this sold for $29.99. Can I talk today? We're going to wrap this up in bubble wrap. We're going to make sure that it's going to be really, really in there well. So more than one layer of bubble wrap. And then after I get all this bubble wrap on, I'm going to tape it down. I used to use rubber bands because that way when the buyer receives it, they could use the bubble wrap for something else. But I was just not thinking it was holding as well as tape. So against my better judgment, I started taping it up instead. So I apologize. I'm going to tape this, and then it's going to go in newspaper again because remember, we want to make this nice and snug in this box. And then we'll tape all the sides down and get that ready to go. Okay, and the last thing we have is this Lexus key holder. But while I was getting ready to wrap the last one, I sold another one. This is GMC. It was listed for $16.49, but took a best offer of $15.67. So that'll be going out the same way that the Lexus one will. They will be wrapped in bubble wrap, wrapped in newspaper, and then I will wrap them up like a roll until I get like a 4x6 size, because you need a 4x6 size for the labels to be attached. So these will go out the same way. I'll show you when they're done. Okay, so this is the GMC. I marked the envelope GMC because these are very similar. It's like, oh my goodness, which is which? I don't want to send the wrong one to the wrong customer. So as soon as this was wrapped, I marked the envelope GMC. I'm now going to throw that in there. One hand, yay, watch me do it. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this in half. I know that this is the GMC. And then I'm going to seal it with the adhesive. And I know that this is the GMC. And I'm going to go print my label right now. And that one over there is the Lexus. So we're going to keep it far away. All right. So this is the Lexus one. I put the letter L just again to make sure that I do not ship this to the wrong patient. I mean buyer. We do not want to ship this to the wrong buyer. I'm so sorry. I'm going to tape this edge up here as I did here because we don't want any flyaways. You don't want anything getting caught in the conveyor belt. So secure those edges. See, this is not secure, and I'm not really happy with that. So I'm going to put some eBay tape along the edge here as well as on that side. Okay, now we're going to get ready to ship them out. So you need your scale, your item. This is telling me it's 2.2 ounces, so you always round up when you put your shipping label on. So we're going to put over here, 2.2 would equal 3, and that is exactly what I charged them. Now this is in my eBay and your orders, and then get shipping label. So 3 ounces, and we're going to measure the package. Sorry, probably just got you guys dizzy. So 7 by 6 by 1. And then we'll put those shipping amounts into the here. So I just have to change that 11 to a 7. And then scroll down. These are the different choices. We're going to go Ground Advantage. And it's telling me it's going to cost $5.07 to ship this and purchase shipping label. And then it'd be good to. So this is the frame. We're going to get out the scale and measure it. And I need to remove any of these additional labels. So we're going to remove that or black it out, whatever I have to do to make sure that that information is no longer on there. But let's pay attention to the actual shipping of the product. So this says 1 pound, 13.9 ounces. So we're going to go to 1 pound, 14 ounces when we actually do the shipping label. The size of the box measures. It says 8.5, so we're going to go 9. And it's a little over 11, so 12 by 3. So 12, 9, 3. We have one more item to ship, which is the candlestick, the chamber candlestick. And I already showed you how to go to my eBay, selling and orders to find your shipping label, but there is another way. You can go right up here to the bell and it'll tell you what has been paid and shipped now. So let's do that. It should take us right to what needs to be shipped. Alrighty, there we go. Yeah. Okay. The glare. I apologize for the glare. Okay, so it takes us right to what things need to be shipped. So let's put this on our scale. 7.7 ounces. So we're going to go up to 8. And we need to measure our box, which is, if I get the ruler on there right, over 4. So we're going to go to 5. 3. We're just going to say 444. 444. Good numbers. 444. And 8 ounces. Yep. 444 and 8 ounces is the box. So let's fill it in. 4, 4, 4. Enter. There's our choices, and it's saying it's $5.30 to ship it. Let's get it up the road. Alrighty, all 4 packages wrapped, labels ready to go. Time for me to take a trip to the post office. I hope I didn't make you too dizzy. Hope you found this informative. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. If you like the video, please thumbs up. Please follow and subscribe.